Hey y'all, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Dev here. Today I'm addressing one of the most highly searched topics in the online coaching space, which is how to hit your first $10,000 month. Now, normally my content isn't about financial gain because there's a lot more to it. There's your values, there's your skill set, traits, and attributes that are so much more important that when people just chase the dollar figure, it just attracts a certain individual who is usually just looking for the fastest way to do it. So I'm going to teach you a process today that allowed us and so many of our clients achieve $10,000 months. And here's the biggest thing. This is a process that, just like wine, it gets better the more you do it. The longer you do it, the more consistent you stay with this, the better results you'll have. Now, if you're looking for something where this is your first time running a business and you have no experience at all and you expect to make $10,000, if you're expecting that video, you can click off right now. But if you are someone that understands that it's a process, there's so many different ways to do this, and you really want to find a efficient long-term strategy that is going to allow you to enroll clients consistently as the time goes on, as you get better and better with this, then let's go ahead and lock in. So the first myth that I want to address right off the top is the fact that a lot of people think you need to have a massive following to enroll clients consistently. It's just not true. At the end of the day, it's not about going viral. It's not about doing any of these things. It's just really knowing your niche and knowing what they're looking for, knowing their pain point. Now, when I actually share the model that we use, you'll understand why even with no following at all, you can still get people in front of you, and you can show enough of who you are to allow them to see what it is that you stand for, understand why you're different than anyone else in the marketplace, and allow them to make an educated decision on using you as their method on achieving whatever desire they're trying to accomplish. And so really, with that said, this is really what I want to share. We're going to talk today about why having a masterclass method and doing a monthly masterclass is the best thing for your business starting today. Seriously, if you aren't doing a masterclass yet, we're going to explain why you need to do this starting this month, and how when you stay consistent with something like this, as time goes on, you just get better and better with it, and it leads to very consistent results. Now, as I mentioned, us and people that are in our agency have been able to achieve 5-figure months. But when you look across the board, there are people that actually do launches and make 6 figures in one single launch. So potential is there, the opportunity is there, and there's a lot of things that we're going to discuss today that will give you the tools and knowledge and understanding on, one, why you should be running these things, and two, how you can start today to really start building that momentum to put yourself in the position of authority and put yourself in a winning position to hit the financial target that you're trying to achieve within your business. So why the masterclass? Well, in a day and age right now where we are, the second most searched thing right now is how to use AI to scale your business. Now, I get it. AI, chat, there's even other things too. Like Google came out with their AI. There's like an AI called VEO3, and this actually allows you to create viral videos where it looks real and it's just AI. These are things that we're competing with in today's day and age. And there's even other people that I've looked up to in the past who have their own agency now, where you don't even have to be a coach. You don't even have to have any life experiences, no skill set. You don't need to do anything. You just have to pay a monthly fee. And their AI platform will literally build you everything. It'll build you your content. It'll build you your program. It'll build you the questions. So it puts it back on the client. It'll show you where that you can attract these people from. It'll completely onboard them. And so you basically, with no skill set, not an actual coach, can now enroll clients and just allow the AI to get you clients, which is a scary place to be. And this is why coaching as a whole has such a mixed reputation. There's a lot of fantastic people out there that maybe don't get results that they want, and there's a lot of people that don't deserve those results, frankly speaking, that are getting tremendous results. And it's unregulated, right? It's one of those situations where you don't really know who is doing what. You don't really know if this person is legitimate. You don't really know if you can trust these people, especially when all they do is make clearly AI generated reels and content. Now, for us, how does this, affect us? Well, what affects us and how we can get ahead of this is with doing a monthly masterclass, you are real, right? And if you spend an hour or 2 hours or a day or 2 or 3 days with somebody or with people, they're obviously going to understand that you're not AI. And even if the information that you have isn't legit, people will be able to weed that out, right? If you registered for a masterclass on how to enroll clients consistently, and it was an hour masterclass, and the person started to maybe lose track of what they're saying, or they didn't stay consistent with, the tonality, or someone asked a question and they got thrown out, you can clearly tell this person doesn't know what they're talking about. And they probably just used chat. Chat just gave them a little presentation slide and then they did it. But for those of us that are really confident, that are knowledgeable, that deserve a place at the top, making the income and the impact that we want, this really is the best tool that you can use, because if you are knowledgeable, truly, genuinely, then why wouldn't you want to run a masterclass or, a whole session where you can share your information, you can share who you are, and you can allow people, your ideal audience, to make the educated decision and be attracted to your energy rather than this huge persuasive, sales pitch at the end of the day. And so it's a very interesting topic. It's a very interesting concept, but this is why we teach the Masterclass Method, and we have a whole system that supports it, because if you know your stuff, this is the best possible thing. Now, in my last business, we talked a lot about sales calls and booking calls and closing calls. And that method, again, it's for the hustle and bustle. It's for people that want to be working all the time and really want to sharpen that skill set of being a sharp closer who knows how to handle objections and can really push people over without really needing to know too much, right? And I think that is where a lot of the industry is right now. And by pivoting your method to allowing people to come to you, to allow you to be an edutainer, someone who can educate and entertain people, and allow people to really love you in the time that you have with them, and allow them to come to the conclusion on their own that they want to work with you, it is honestly, in 4 years in the online coaching space, some of the best relationships that I've had with people who've come directly from a masterclass, because again, they come, they get to know who you are, they understand why you're different, they can test you, they can, ask you tough questions, they can do all those things, and you're live. It's right here, right now, and by the way that you address and handle those things, this is really what it, encourages people to feel like you are the right person to work with. So, with all that said, this is why really the Masterclass Method is the method that you should be doing starting really right now. And when we talk about this stuff, the next piece that we really want to talk about is, how do you run a masterclass? Well, the biggest thing that we really want to understand is, one, you got to know who your audience is. Right? You got to know what their desired outcome is. And then more importantly, you got to know all the other methods that they've potentially tried in the past that didn't allow them to achieve the finances or achieve the desired end result that they were looking for. When you know those things, you can craft a story that says, hey, if you're an online coach and you've tried endless DMs and cold marketing and it hasn't allowed you to create the results that you want, we're going to show you why the Masterclass Method is the method that you've been missing that will allow you to enroll clients consistently without burning out and spending hours and hours and hours in front of the computer, right? So something like that can really show how, you have a method that people are looking for, you know exactly who your audience is, you know exactly what they've done in the past, why they haven't achieved those results, and what you're doing now that allows them to do this. And once you kind of have the framework for who your audience is and how you're different and what you're going to be teaching them, it's really about having a place to direct them. Now, as you know, with Just Automate, this is an all-in-one platform. You have funnels, you can do automations, you have emails, you have your whole CRM, you can host your entire course and community area. The list goes on. Now, here's the thing. This software that we've created is tailored for this approach. Now, I encourage you to go check it out because it's a lot more affordable than you think. And the point of the masterclass is to gain authority and credibility. Now, if you're running a masterclass and you are just running it on Facebook, for example, it doesn't really allow people to know who you are, because then what are people going to do? If you're running an event on Facebook, you set up a little Facebook event. Some people may look at the event, but then the next thing they're going to do is they're going to look at your profile. And a lot of people don't actually update their profile to reflect what it is that they're doing. And oftentimes, this might be you, the last time that they posted was 3 weeks ago. So if that's you and you're in a situation where you haven't really posted, but now you're running a masterclass and you want people to register, it just doesn't add up. Whereas if you're directing people to a beautiful landing page, and the landing page really stands out, really speaks to your audience, you're really using the language that resonates with them, and it also has your branding, your tonality, this is really what is going to allow you to stand out in front of people, right? And then when they register for it, they get a beautifully branded email and a cadence of emails and reminders leading up to the event. This is how you stand out. It's not Facebook DMs anymore, right? It's not just registering for the event and hoping that the Facebook algorithm reminds people that you have an event. Having the right platform to support you in your goals and your dreams is the next biggest piece. So once you get clear on your audience, the next thing is really having the platform to push it forward. Now, I'm going to leave some links down below. You'll see we've run a ton of different masterclasses in the past, and I'll even leave links for some of my clients, and so you can see what they're running as well. And when you see this, you're going to immediately get the feel like, wow, like this is legitimate. This is real. Like this is authentic. And then you're going to get the second thought of, what would this look like for me? And when you're there, we encourage you to, either book a call or just go ahead and purchase, and we can chat further at that point, because this really is that missing piece. So once you know how you're going to leverage, keeping track of everyone that registers, making sure that they get automated reminders, making sure that you have a beautiful place where you can direct people that shows your authority and your credibility, then the next thing it really is getting more registrants. Now, another reason why I love this masterclass method is because you might run it this month, right? You might go ahead and get everything set up on the platform and only get 15 people registered for your event. That's not bad. Of the 15, we understand that half or maybe even 60 to 70% of the people that register won't show up. So you have 15 people register, you're probably looking at 4 to 5 people actually showing up for the event. So 50 people register, you have 4 to 5 people show up for your event. How many of those people actually purchase? We can figure that out, right? But here's the point. The point is, you ran it this month, you only had 15 people register and 5 people show up, and maybe nobody purchased. You don't just throw in the towel. Now you put the pedal to the metal and you understand that this works. You feel good. And through this, you get better at your pitch, you get better at your presentation, you get better at reading cues, you get better at answering questions. So then when you run it the next month, maybe you get 50 people register. And then this time you have 10 people show up, and then you actually have 2 people enroll. This is a process that you can run every single month. This is a process that every time you run it, you get more confident, you get better at it. And so, as I suggested earlier, if you're a coach that's looking for a consistent, duplicatable method that will grow and get better and better with you as time goes on, this is it. So, you get to running this thing 4 or 5 times, your pitch is perfected. Every single time you run it, you have 100 plus registrants. Every time you run it, you have 50 people plus, they're ready to go. And then when people are ready to purchase, it's all set up. That's the other thing, right? A lot of coaches want to hit $10,000 a month, but how many clients is that? Depending on your offer, that's either 10 $1,000 clients, right? That's 4 $2,500 clients. That's 2 $5,000 clients. That's 1 $10,000 client. But as you start to scale, do you have the right systems in place to be able to take on that kind of workload? If you have a $1,000 product and you have 10 people today pay you money, are you ready to onboard them all? Do you have a process that's going to allow them to really take things forward on their own? Do you get them access to the community? Are you doing a group onboarding? How are you processing those payments? All of these things come into play. And so when you're a coach wanting to hit these big financial targets, it's like, do you have the things in place to allow you to do it? This is, again, shameless self-promotion at this point, but this is why our platform is built for this. We have a platform and we have clients that have enrolled 10 plus people in one masterclass, and the system is built for it. They can go to the purchase page, they can purchase on their own, and they have the agreement and deliverables all sent out automatically. All you have to do is show up live. Imagine a process where all you had to do is send out some messages, go post in some groups. Hey guys, I'm running this free masterclass teaching audience how to get this result. Register down below. You start getting registrants every single day. You run this thing, you have 50 to 100 people showing up. And then you just put on a hell of a show for 1 day, 2 or 3 days, a couple hours each day. And then next thing you know, you're enrolling 5, 10, 15, 20 clients every single time you run this. It just becomes such a no-brainer. You don't have to be a sales god. You don't have to, do door-to-door sales for 2 years like I did. You don't have to do the trial and error of understanding what it takes to close $10,000 deals and generating $20,000 months just on sales calls. You can literally do this the most efficient way, which is to use your gift, which is to be live and to show people how you are better than AI and chat and doing all of these things. So huge, right? Huge. And so, as I mentioned, this is a duplicatable process. You get better as time goes on. Your emails get better. Your reminders get better. Your show up rate gets better. Your closing rate gets better. Your landing pages get better. It's like, why spend time doing something that is just going to reset and, you'll have to start from scratch every single month, rather than creating something that each month you're just building on a foundation that you've created that's going to allow you to create long-term success. And that's the reality of the situation. So you've got clear on your audience, you've got a ton of different angles as to what might be, really appealing to them, what their challenges are, what they've tried before, and what they're really looking to get. You have a platform that will handle the reminders, keep track of your CRM, keep track of your onboarding, your delivery, knowing how to process payments on autopilot so you don't have to manually do it all, and then you actually run it. And this is where it gets so fun. Now, here's a hack, right? We actually have a presentation slide deck that allows the creative flow to really hit on all of the points to allow people to go through the wave of emotions that's necessary to understand that if they do not make any changes today, then there's a good chance they may not ever make the decision. And this could be something that they end up wrestling with for a lot longer than they should. And this is the reality of the situation. Wouldn't you agree? There's so many people that know that they need help, but they're not in enough pain to actually make a decision. And this is 90% of the industry. You have so many people that are in a position that know they need help, but either feel like they don't have the finances for it, that aren't ready to commit to it, or maybe aren't ready to commit to themselves to actually changing their situation. And that is a scary place to be. So by having the right flow that allows people to understand that if they don't make this decision soon, then there's a good chance they won't ever, overcome this. I think that is an extremely powerful thing. And this is what we have built into the software. right? So not only are you getting all of the other things, but now you're getting a proven model, a proven process for running this thing. And I did mention at the beginning, if you aren't in a position right now to, maybe invest into something like this, then what you can do is, and this is basically what I was discrediting, but run it on Facebook, right? You're going to have a lot of different challenges with Facebook, but at the end of the day, that is something that you can do. Now, I'll say this and I'll preface it. The biggest challenge you're going to face, whether you're on this platform or you're running it straight through Facebook, is your own mindset. Now, I even know coaches that I've personally helped eventually achieve $50,000 months get stalled out when they run it the first, second, and third times when they don't really have anyone show up. It's your mindset. It's the discouraging thoughts that make you feel like you're not good enough, that this isn't going to work for you, that you're just not cut out for it. And if we don't manage our thoughts and we don't just keep moving forward here, then this is really what derails a lot of entrepreneurs. It's not the external results, right? It's not people not purchasing. It's the internal narratives that we continue to tell ourselves. And so I just want to preface this. Whatever method you're doing, if you're going to just do it straight on Facebook and make it a little bit harder for yourself, or you're ready to move into a platform with other coaches and creatives that are already hitting these same financial goals you want to achieve, at the end of the day, you will be your biggest bottleneck. And so I just want to preface this. That's why having a community, that's why having a certified practitioner with us, we have Jess, my girlfriend, who can help walk through a lot of the challenges that you're going to be facing. So, have a support system, have a team, manage your thoughts, have a platform, and whether it's joining a winning community or trying to do this on your own, at the end of the day, this is something that if you implement and stay consistent with for 6 months or even longer, you will find results. And as I mentioned at the very beginning, if you're just looking for something that you don't need any experience for, that doesn't matter where you're at in the game, doesn't matter what you offer, you can just plug in and start making $10,000, this is not it. This is for the real entrepreneur. This is for the real creative. This is for people that know that they actually have real value to offer and are willing to build a long-term foundation for success. This is a duplicatable process. This gets better as you get better, and this is a proven system that not only have we used, but our clients have used to enroll clients for their online coaching business. So super simple, honestly, and it's just interesting because this is the thing that is going to separate you. As I mentioned, the second highest rated Google searched thing right now for online coaches is how to use AI to grow my business. That is not going to help you. What is going to help you is to allow you to be there. And let's be honest, if you, as knowledgeable, as skillful, as experienced as you are, got in front of 100 people that are actually ready to change their life and move in the right direction, you're telling me if you were in front of 100 people, you wouldn't have people, even 2, 3, 4, 5 people invest into you? It's crazy. So hope this was helpful. I hope you can see how this is the new wave for online coaches. I hope you can see how this platform is built for you. Not only do you have a platform, a resource area, support directly from myself when you get stuck, and a community of other online coaches all across North America is the thing for you. Click some of the links down below. We're so happy. We're so excited for you and your continued evolution. As always, y'all, we'll catch you on the next one.